Welcome to WKRP Montrose, a radio station masquerading as a podcast about Montrose, Colorado and the Western Slope, recording live from the Clear Network studio in downtown Montrose, Colorado. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of WKRP in downtown Montrose, Colorado. We're going to continue to be in downtown. We're going to get more downtown here soon. Yeah. Downtown.
I mean, it's arguably, it might be the same distance from
downtown. Dennis Brown. That's going to be
like it feels like we're going to be closer to the activity downtown when we move to our new spot.
To the action, to where the action is.
Have we even said where that is yet?
No, we haven't.
All right.
Maybe we should continue to leave people in the dark for just a little bit longer.
We'll record one. We'll obviously have a first one in the new place, and then it will be fairly obvious we've moved.
It'll be visibly obvious, don't you think?
It's going to be difficult, actually, because it's it's a different shaped room. So.
But it's going to be fun. Yeah, it's going to be real fun. All right. Speaking of fun, I'm excited about our guest today because he owns. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait a second. Let me back up. First of all, thank you to our sponsors.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank Clear Networks.
Well, you can see underneath here.
Yeah.
Clear Networks make this happen.
They do make it happen.
And we're very grateful to them for it.
And then there's somebody else that we're grateful for.
Yeah.
Pomona Brewing.
Yep. And that, by the way, is how you pour a beer.
That is not okay. Let's get a vote on this, and we're going to bring the most important vote next to yours. So leave a comment and vote. Is that the right way to pour a beer? Just to have as much head on the beer as you possibly can fathom.
Are you under the impression this is some kind of democracy? It is not.
Well, the deal is.
Can you just be quiet for 1 second?
Brought to you by Pomona Brewing.
Yep. This is Pomona's German Pilsner.
That sounds delicious.
It's still October when we're recording this.
Right.
It's appropriate. Well, it's appropriate anyway.
Okay. So
thanks, Pomona.
Thank you, Pomona. Thank you to Clear Networks. Clear Networks.
And thanks to the presenting sponsor that we're going to have. So Clear Networks are our studio sponsor.
Right.
Thanks to our presenting sponsor. We don't have one yet.
That could be you.
That could be you. If you've got money to, I don't want to say waste.
You were going to say if you had money to burn. If you've got money to burn, if you just want to be associated with this ridiculousness, then we're going to have a presenting sponsor here soon. We're also planning on, there's an episode, you guys should go watch it, where we talk about some of the things that we've got planned coming up for this year. Some sports, some music, some mental health.
We got lots of great ideas.
Yeah, Rob's driving me crazy.
Without your money. Give us money. Because
that's as shameless as you can get.
I don't care. This is fun. We like doing this. But you know what's more fun than doing it for free?
What's it? Getting paid.
For money.
All right. Well, I want to be. There's music going on there. Hold on. I gotta mute stuff here.
What an absolute crap shoe of
Why you gotta say it like that?
Oh,
Don't be that way.
You have not messed up that badly in a while.
I know. Well, the buttons. I pushed the buttons too fast. Okay. So from the Stonehouse, Don Vincent, thank you for joining us. Let's give him a hand. All right. Here we go. This is all about him.
Let's get to that part.
Let's start with your vote, Don. Is that the proper way to pour a beer?
That would not be the proper
There we go. Yes, sir.
However, I will say that the end result will be just fine.
The end result is okay?
I will explain it one more time, and I will not do it again after this.
Okay.
The idea is to
if you have to explain it, doesn't it mean that you did it wrong?
No, it's just you don't understand things. Okay. It's to release the carbon dioxide from the beer so it's not in your stomach. Look, that's how it ends up.
Right.
You go to Germany where they know their beer, they also pour it like that.
So,
I'm not having this argument with you every other week.
Well, we already asked the professional and he put his vote in.
Move on.
How many beers do you think you've poured over your lifetime, Don?
Oh, goodness gracious, thousands.
Thousands. So there's a genuine professional.
I've drank more than he's poured.
That's a good question.
Remember where I come from.
I was going to doubt you for a moment, but I was going to be like,
it's a sport where we come from.
So, Don, thanks for being on the Wheelie Nice Couch and joining us on WKRP.
This is awesome. Thank you.
You own a well-known establishment here in town, the Stonehouse. 17 years. I got that right?
So the Stonehouse has been here for 17 years.
Yeah.
I've owned it for 7.
Okay. it started as for those of you who don't know, it started as a like metal sided diner that you would think you'd see in like a New York City scene or something like that, right across from the Walmart.
Yeah.
It does not look like that anymore.
It does not.
And that took quite a bit of effort.
Yeah, so it was DJ's Diner, his 50 style diner, and then Jack Ludwig, Jesse Cochran bought everything, and they redid. It's basically the same structure, although it's been totally re-engineered. Took a lot of effort to get there, but it's now what you see, which is a really impressive, building.
Cornerstone. Yeah. Well, I don't want to call it Cornerstone because there's another business called Cornerstone, but it's on the corner.
Right.
Very prominent. First thing you see is you're driving in from the mountains, on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
You made a comment when you sat down. You said, one of the reasons why you're doing some of the marketing that you're doing is because you feel like people might have the wrong impression of the vibe of Stonehouse when they get in. Even though, I mean, the menu is a steakhouse menu, so it's a great, steaks. You've got seafood. You've got stroganoff, which is one of my favorites there. So, but it does have a more family feel when you walk in.
Right. Our I guess our mantra is, we do upscale dining for casual people. We do have a lot of high-end things. We're trying to do a great job of making sure the service is there and the atmosphere is there and the quality of food is there. We don't want to be labeled as a stuck-up environment. And it's hard because some people want to go there for their special night out, and so it needs to be very special. Other people coming in right after a softball game, and they're drinking some beers and they're having a burger, and they don't want it to be upscale.
Right.
So in Montrose, you have this fine line about who you're trying to please, and we're trying to please everyone.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So I don't know what everybody else thinks the Stonehouse is, but it truly is a family organization, and we've had people there for many years. There's still people there that have been there the entire 17 years that we've been open, and so we really do feel like a family, and we don't want to be stuck up.
Got it. You want everybody to know there's a place for them. There's
Absolutely.
A seat there for them at Stonehouse if they want to come.
Yeah, if they want to come, we want them.
Got it. Awesome.
Yeah.
And there's it's quite an extensive menu too, so there's something for everybody. We're going to come back to the Stonehouse, Rob. You look like you're waiting for me to stop talking.
Always.
Yeah, I think that is the case, isn't it? Always.
Yeah.
So, Don, you're from Vermont originally.
True. Yep.
What brought you out here?
I graduated from high school in Vermont, and I was just looking for something to do. I wanted to reintroduce myself and reinvent myself or figure out who I was. And so college was a good opportunity for me, and I wanted to get away from anybody and everybody I knew.
So you were running away from something?
I was running away from a small town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So in Vermont we have a regional high school that had 400 kids, 9 through 12, and it came from 6 towns, like just to get those 400 kids. So my graduating class was 100. I have nothing against small towns, but at that point in my life,
that felt too small.
Yeah, I mean my town, I grew up in basically 2 towns right next to each other. One was like 1,000 people, the other one was like 500 people.
Right.
I mean, it's tiny.
Rob was just looking for somebody else that he could find that was in the witness protection program. He ran away from New Jersey. We're not sure why, but
right.
I don't know why he thinks that's funny.
it's hysterical.
Everybody runs away from New Jersey.
Right, exactly, including this guy.
That's the thing.
Right. Yeah.
So you leave Vermont.
Yeah.
Go to college.
Yeah.
Where do you go to college at?
I went to DU in Denver.
Oh, really? Okay, so you headed out here right away.
I did. Yeah, I wanted a city that was close to skiing because that was important to me at that point in time. I wanted a city that had some major sporting events that I could go to. I wanted something that was totally different than what I grew up with.
Yeah.
I love the weather. I visited several different schools before I decided on DU, and I just loved Denver. And the Rockies had just come to town, so I was pretty excited.
You're a baseball fan.
I love baseball.
Are you still a Rockies fan? It's been a rough year.
So I grew up a Mets fan.
Okay.
And Rockies are my number 2. So if the Rockies are playing the Mets, I'm going to root for the Mets.
All right.
And other than that, I root for the Rockies.
I understand that. I'm a Steelers fan.
Yeah.
I root for the Steelers.
Yeah, they suck.
I knew you were going to have fun with that.
It was great.
We just had a rough game against Green Bay.
Yeah.
And Rob was the first person to text me the minute that they lost and just sending laughing emoji along with the score.
Yeah.
And so I can't say what I put in reply, but
that's your fault for having that quarterback you got.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a huge Aaron Rodgers fan anyway. Yeah, who should I blame for that? Don't we know a Green Bay fan?
No.
Yeah, we do.
Who?
Isn't Mr. Pomona a Green Bay fan?
He's a Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, that's right. He's another team that I can't stand. I thought we had a Green Bay fan on here before too long. Somebody that I could blame for sending me Aaron Rodgers by way of New York. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
So let me college, DU, you're in town. First of all, you said you were looking for a place that was skiing. You meant real skiing because they don't have real skiing in Vermont, do they?
Not true. Not true.
East Coast ice sheet skiing.
If you can ski
in Vermont, you
can ski out here.
If you can ice skate with skis, then you can.
That's true. There's many people that
cut the powder out here.
They can ski out here, but there's not everybody can ski out here. They can ski in Vermont.
Okay, fair enough.
But it's like having two mountains out here.
Right.
Like that's
one stacked on top of the other.
Exactly. If you take whatever is in Vermont, and I grew up on skiing Jay Peak, and it's a wonderful ski resort. You take that and you put another one on top of each other. Now we're talking with the Rockies.
Since you've lived here, have you been back east and skied out there?
Yeah, absolutely.
And how? I mean, because obviously, when you only know East Coast skiing,
right,
it's fine.
Yeah.
But then you come out here and you ski in Colorado, and then you go back to the East Coast. It must be. It's a letdown.
For sure, it's different. I wouldn't say it's a letdown. It depends on the season, right? So there's snow out here sometimes, there's snow back there sometimes. So I would rather be wherever the good snow is if we're gonna ski. Now, if you're going back there just to ski on ice, absolutely not. I'd rather ski out here. Right. The steeps are better. The sun is warmer. You don't have the shadows in the early afternoon. There's a lot of things that are different. But if the snow is good, you get some great skiing back there. They have all kinds of glade skiing now. They've got the bumps. They've got good stuff.
Here's the thing though. Do you have a pass? Do you buy an Epic pass or anything like that?
I do not now. I don't seem to have the time to go as often as I'd like to.
That was where I was going with it. Like running a business like the Stonehouse or any business for that matter. How much time do you have to do the things that you want to do?
Well, one of the things that I want to do is run businesses. So I'm enjoying what I do. I have 3 businesses. I've got rental properties. I have a full schedule. I've got a family. I'm busy. Yeah. But I'm doing things that I want to do. Right. So, do I find time to go skiing? Absolutely. Yeah. Do I find time to go 20 days a year? Absolutely not. Right. Do I catch a baseball game over in Denver every once in a while? For sure. Yeah. Am I going all the time? No. So I find the time, I incorporate the time to do certain things that I do, but I'm quite content running the life that I have with the businesses.
Well, that's what they say, isn't it? Like if you find something you enjoy, you'll never work a day in your life.
Right.
And I mean,
I'm not sure if that's true.
Not quite true.
Because you can enjoy something and still like it's. Well, let's put those out there. So you have the Stonehouse.
Yes.
You have Stone Wash.
Yes.
Which is a cleaning service. Right.
It's a power washing company. But
okay.
we concentrate in doing kitchen exhaust hoods.
Okay.
That's our primary. We do houses, we do driveways, we'll do whatever somebody wants us to clean, but the focus of the business is doing restaurant exhaust hoods.
Was that born out of the fact that you had to do it at the Stonehouse?
Yes.
So you've got the equipment, you've got the
Yeah, I mean, I'm always looking to make my costs of what I'm paying somebody else. If I can pay myself to do that, I'd rather pay my people to do something with that. So my chef Kevin Gurney and I, we were chatting one day. We had to get our hoods cleaned. Like, I got a power washer. Can't we just do this? Right. I said, well, I better call my insurance guy. I called my insurance guy. He's like, absolutely not. You cannot clean your own hoods.
Oh. You've got to have a second party business do it.
So I'm like, that's okay. That's legitimate. So I got a little bit more information in there. I said, all right, well, if I have a different company with different insurance, can I clean my own hoods? He said, absolutely. This LLC can clean the hoods for this LLC. Right. Perfect. So Kevin and I head down to Florida. We get certified. You have to be certified to do kitchen exhaust hoods. And right then COVID hits at that point in time. So we're stuck in in Florida, while the Stonehouse is wavering. Nobody knows what's going on, but we did it. And now we bought all this equipment because it's a little bit more.
Oh, that's scary.
It's a little bit more involved than just taking your power washer out of your garage and doing this, which is what I intended to do. But after research, figures out. But at this point, might as well clean other people's if I've got the equipment.
Well, and you know how to do it.
And
you're not only
you're trained and certified, and we can do it. Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Stone wash. Okay.
Stone wash.
What was there was a third.
Third is Western Slope Party Rentals. So again, I'm looking at what I'm doing, and the Stonehouse is the main source of income for me. But we have a lot of caterings. We will rent out plates and dishes sometimes for that, or we'll have other people do that. And so Chris and Wayne Adams were selling the business, which was Park Avenue Party Rentals,
right? So by the old theater,
right? Exactly. That's where they so they originated the business out of the hardware store. They had the hardware store, True Value Hardware Store. Then they split it off and they moved the Party Rental store out by the movie theater, the old movie theater, Black Canyon Boys and Girls Club, owned that building. And then they sold the hardware store. And then they decided that it's time to retire. Let's go ahead and sell the party rental business. And so for me, I'm thinking that makes sense.
It kind of ties in,
right? I mean, that's what I'm doing anyway. So we do tents and tables and chairs and linens and
so
plates.
You can do the
and
whole thing. You can cater things as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So it makes sense for me. Like this business can send me a little bit more referrals. This business over here can send them a little more referrals.
Right.
If Thanksgiving buffets coming up, we're gonna have we'll have 400 people through there at Stonehouse. I don't want to buy a bunch of dishes just for that event, so I can just borrow them, or I can
borrow them from the company,
take them from the company and bring over there. So it helps my expenses, but it also helps my margins. Right? I mean, the restaurant margins are about as razor thin as it's probably about. Well, you guys are making, like we don't make any money. It's all right.
we're in the hole.
Absolutely. We're buying our way out of it. Hey, listen, kids, this is Business 101, right? You're getting in this class right now. We should be charging for this episode.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, so you also like to travel. You just not recently, but in the last couple of years, you went to Machu Picchu.
I did. Yeah.
What do you, as somebody that owns a restaurant, is it something that Rob and I have talked about this? I feel like it's important that we get out of our own communities and go see other things.
For sure.
Is that something that do you bring anything back from your travels when you go out someplace and like, oh, you know what? That was cool. I saw that, or I did that, or I tried that food somewhere else. Does anything make it back with you from your travels when you go?
For sure it does. One of the big things is my son was he went to the University of St. Andrews in Scotland for his 4 years undergrad. He's now doing an LSE in England. So I'd go over there, and for sure Scotch is something I want to do. And so I revamped the Scotch menu for the Stonehouse after I got back. Food is a little bit more difficult because Montrose has their
palate.
This is what they want. So I'll do some things. I'll bring them on, put them on special. I'll try different things. But what it really does is it opens my mind and allows me to think and imagine and see things from a different angle. And that's one of the most important things to me, is being able to see a business not from my eyes, but from other people's eyes, right? So analyze it from different ways. Like you guys, I would love to pick your brains about the Stonehouse, say what's right with it, what's wrong with it. Western Slope Party Rentals, what's right with it, what's wrong with it. I don't know.
Right.
Tell me so I can think differently. So my travels, it's not like I'm traveling all the time. I don't have the time to do that all the time. But there's some certain things that are on my list that I want to knock off.
It doesn't have to be out of the country either. Like you said, you go to Denver. When I go to Denver, I always come back with like, you know what? That would fit here.
Yeah.
Like that would work well here.
Yeah. Something that my mind goes a million miles a minute all day long, almost all night long, just thinking, and analyzing, figuring something different, and what's a different angle, and could this work? Could that not work? And that's I have fun just hanging out in my mind. But for sure, traveling around is a huge thing.
I got to assume, as a restaurant owner who went to Scotland, that you tried haggis.
Did
you try haggis?
I'm not a haggis guy. No, my son eats haggis. My
really?
fiance eats haggis. She's like, yeah, I'll try that.
I love it.
Just like blood pudding, right? I'm not a blood pudding.
No.
Nope, I'm not that guy.
If you're not the the kind of guy that wants to eat dried blood, then maybe offal stuffed into a sheep's stomach is not for you either.
I've been told that it has wonderful spices and and it tastes like sausage and it's good.
It really is.
I have heard this.
I can understand why. The best thing to do about things like that is don't read about it before you try it.
Yep.
And then you'll eat it. But yeah,
I have. First of all, I've tried a lot more food than you would think that I have tried.
Yeah, you do look like a kind of guy that only eats beige food.
No, I've eaten. Name something. I bet you I've tried it.
Haggis.
Well, okay, except for the obvious. I was just about to tell you that that's one of the ones that I have not tried that I've wanted to try.
Oysters.
Yes.
How are they?
I didn't care for them.
They taste like bull's knackers.
They don't. It's not. Again, there's not a lot of taste to them.
No, you deep fry all
right.
the flavor.
So it's really there's really not much to it. But I've had brains.
What did you eat in Papua New Guinea?
I've had sweetbreads.
In Papua New Guinea, you must have eaten some wild stuff.
Not crazy stuff actually, because I didn't get to go out to the villages.
Yeah.
But certainly we had a pig roast while we were there, and there were some things that I didn't. You know what? I didn't ask.
No,
I just ate.
Don't ask.
But I will tell you that my love for plantains came while I was at Papua New Guinea. So
yeah, we're talking about exotic stuff, and you go, "Ooh, and I like the thing that looks like a banana."
Banana.
Good one.
All right. Well, I want to talk about your recent foray into social media.
All right.
Because that was one of the reasons why I reached out and said I thought you'd be fun to have and come on the show. Right. But I want to talk for a second.
Did you know?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, this was a big mistake.
Yeah. Right.
But
the beer is good.
But the beer is
Pomona Brewing.
Yeah.
Right?
Thanks, Pomona.
Yeah.
One of the I worked in the. Did you ever work in the restaurant industry, Rob?
I've worked in a few kitchens. Yeah.
Kitchens. See, that would make perfect sense. We've got our guest here.
Yeah, that fly is here all the time.
It's because Rob won't let me kill it.
I've worked in a few kitchens and behind the bar at a few places.
Yeah,
so
I could see you in the kitchen, specifically working in the restaurant industry. There's so many people talk about being a waiter, being a wait staff, or being a bartender or whatnot, and their interactions with customers. I have something that has stuck with me since I worked in the industry that my wife and I argue about, and that is, when is too late? How close to closing time is too close to closing time? And before you answer that question, I want to play a quick scene. It's my favorite scene from a movie called Waiting, if you haven't seen it, with Ryan Reynolds.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to play it real quick. So you guys hold on a second. Oh, wrong one. Let's try this one.
Baby, come on!
Oh, hi there.
You're not closed yet, are you?
Not quite.
Oh, terrific.
I'm sorry, guys.
So it's kind of rough without showing you the scene but I obviously didn't want to pay for the 2 minutes to play the clip. I don't know if I don't want to get it but basically the couple walks in, it's like 2 minutes to close, and they say, "You're not closed yet, are you?" Right. And of course, from the restaurant standpoint, you never want to turn a customer away. Right. But the kitchen staff is in there cleaning, and they're like, they got the countdown going.
Absolutely.
So
that's where it comes down to, right? So what perspective are we asking? Are we asking the owner that needs the revenue? Are you asking the kitchen who just wants to get out of there?
We're asking the owner right now.
So here's what
Stonehouse policy.
Here's what we do: is we do our last seating at 9 o'clock.
And what time do you guys close?
So we close when we're no longer. When everything's in. So I don't want somebody coming in at 9 and thinking, "Oh, you close at 9. I don't want to come in." Mm-hmm. We do our last seating at 9, so come in, enjoy yourself, and however long that takes, it takes. Now, there have been times where people have been sitting there for hours, and I say, this is literally the last thing I need to do before I can go home. Everything's done. The kitchen's done. The bar's done. Everything's there. It's time for you to go.
Right.
Like we've have your conversation at Denny's, have your conversation at Applebee's. Yeah. They're open. Right. Like they're literally open. From a business standpoint, sometimes that's not the right decision because the cost to keep staff on for this last table,
it's costing you more than
it's costing more than I'm making off this table.
Right.
But the customer service is so important.
If you run them out of there, then they might not come back.
Yeah. So they don't, and
So do
we
you?
don't want that.
How do you use the approach of, hey guys, you know, Applebee's is doing a great dessert late night.
Right?
After
I'd be
11.
happy to buy
You-
you a cocktail at Applebee's.
Applebee's, yeah.
You know, you go over there. I'll call ahead.
Yeah.
I'll
I've
give
got
them
it
my
waiting.
card. I got you taken care
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
Right? You know,
It is tough.
read the table.
It is tough. Right, read the room. That's
Yeah,
the thing, right?
right.
Is that you be aware that these are people with lives, and your convenience, may well be
Right.
you're having a good time. I get it, but once they've ordered dessert, you're not making anything more off them.
Not a
They
dime,
can sit
yeah.
there for 40 minutes having a great. But if the rest of the place is empty,
Yeah.
eat up and go home.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, the thing, and a lot of that is where are we at that? If I haven't had a table since 7:30,
Yeah.
and somebody walks in at 9,
Yeah.
you're rolling your eyes like, seriously, we can't do
Yeah.
this. I'm losing money at this point.
Right.
But if we have people walking in at 9, what's it matter if I seat somebody at 9:10? Like,
Right.
there's no difference there. Still have the same
But I
staff.
guess you got to have you got to draw the line, right? Otherwise people will. If there's no line, people will push it.
It's true. It's true.
9:10, they
Yeah.
come in and there's.
Yeah.
You could, in theory, have an almost full dining room
Right.
because you've seated loads of people
Sure.
at 9:00, and people
Yep.
are like, but they're eating. You go, I know, but
Yeah.
9:00.
You see, and that's where, for me, I'm good with it. If I have a full restaurant,
Yep.
and I can sell 2 more steaks, come on in. Like,
Yeah.
it can be 10 o'clock. I'll keep it open until midnight. If that's the line coming in,
Right.
and we got enough to keep it going,
I was about to say,
I'd be like, kitchen staff, I got a bonus for you tonight.
Right.
Suck it up.
yeah, this is we got to remember this is Montrose.
This
and
is
and
Montrose.
and
This
we
doesn't
need
happen.
we need people to actually go out and eat every
Well,
once
that's true.
a little bit
That's
more
true.
often.
But
So
let me ask you this:
Yeah.
then. Do you ever close up early?
So yes,
Okay.
I believe that consistency is absolutely the most important thing of restaurant. If you walk up
Couldn't
to a
agree
restaurant
more.
and you're like, "Hey, I'm here at 8 o'clock," and you say you're open open until 9, and now you're closed, that's a bad sign.
Well,
we
because
don't do that.
I might not go
right?
back.
Exactly.
Because now I don't know.
You don't know exactly. Are you open on Mondays? Are you open here? Are you
No.
open there? We
The
don't
answer-
know.
the answer
So
is-
the answer, no,
Are you open on Mondays? The answer in this town is, or probably not.
unless you're the Stonehouse. Come on by. All right. So
nice
Set 'em
way to
up.
tee him up for that one.
So if it is completely dead in the winter, now we will change our hours in the winters. January we'll go back. We'll just close at 8. Like,
Right.
we'll just establish this is when we're closing, because there is nobody out in Montrose.
Right.
There's at least not coming to Stonehouse after 8 o'clock.
Right.
So we'll cut it.
Really, there's nobody. I mean,
That's
I know that you're right, but
Yeah.
that's still there's a part of me that still lives in Dallas, that still
Yeah.
lives in a big city.
Yeah, you don't even
It
get ready
goes-
till 9 o'clock.
Right.
Is it your brain that still lives in Dallas?
It probably
Can
is.
you get it on a flight out here, please?
I'm trying to work on it.
But what I will say is, yes, you do that.
Yes.
Your location. I mean, it might be ideal in some respects for some people,
Yeah.
parking, etc. But it's out there. It's almost out of town,
Yeah,
right? As
compared to
far-
where you're living, yeah,
It's relative to downtown Montrose. People are like,
Right.
"Oh, that's the southern end of town."
it can be. Yeah,
That's
I-
ridiculous.
No.
I know what you're saying, but I just got to tell you, people,
people
that
think
is
that way.
ridiculous. It is
from anybody that
literally
come from a city, it is ridiculous.
Right.
Right.
But oh my gosh, it's 7 minutes.
Right.
Right,
No,
you
I
gotta
know,
get-
It is crazy.
Right. 5 minutes.
But
It
you're
is,
right
yeah.
that people do think
That's
of
a
it like
perception.
it's on the
Yeah.
other end of town.
Unless you live on that end of town.
Right.
Well,
In which
and-
case, it's right there.
Right. But
Right.
most of the people. live
I just
downtown.
find that
Yeah.
ridiculous.
No, I know, but I'm sure that's a real thing.
No, I know it
You
is. I'm not knocking what you're saying. I'm saying my gut reaction to that was because I have also heard that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we wanted to, but we had something to do and it was on the other side of town.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking?
As ridiculous as it is,
What are you
it's
talking
reality.
about? This
Right?
is a
Perception is
Right.
reality.
Yeah.
3-mile town.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna-
the most you can travel in this town from basically the airport out towards Walmart is like 6 miles.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
the maximum, and you're no longer.
I'm on a roll of calling out the community, so I'm gonna call it out again. If your excuse is it's on the other side of town, you don't have an excuse.
Well, there isn't really an other side of town.
Right.
Montrose is so small.
Right.
I think that it's the middle. You
But
know what I mean?
that's I'm talking to you guys.
If you're
I'm
in-
telling
yeah,
you,
if
you
you're in
don't have that
Denver,
excuse.
I get it. if
Totally.
you're in
Yeah.
town, but-
Damn, yeah. you're in Aurora, you don't want to go up to Westminster.
No.
I mean, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all Denver.
Right.
You know, but
I'll give you a 15-minute window. If it's more than 15 minutes, maybe you have an excuse.
Even that. But
This feels a little light. Okay, so let's talk about you've got these businesses,
Mhm.
but one in particular, the Stonehouse.
Yep.
You've been jumping on the social media bandwagon here. You've put
the bandwagon. You've embraced it.
You've embraced the medium.
Recently-ish,
Yeah.
right?
it's true. It's
Yeah.
absolutely true. You know, marketing is always one of those things where you don't know where the money's going, right? If somebody says, hey, you know, 60% of marketing works, well, you don't know which 60% that is, right? You can be doing this, that, and everything else. And
That's
So-
true, but I will say
yeah.
this though. I did read something recently. It was a study from somewhere that said advertising on local podcasts is the most effective.
Is the most effective use of
money.
marketing that you can have.
That's
Yeah.
what I heard.
That was
I like
written somewhere. It was a study.
Yeah.
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 You
I've got-
find-
I
go to
tell you what, I got an extra
WKRP.com.
dollar in my pocket. If
Yeah.
that's gonna buy me some ad space, you and I, we're gonna work something out. Or we can trade out from Stonehouse. We can trade. You know.
Yeah,
it's
I think it was
good,
that.
right?
I think it was that
Yeah.
PRKW
Yeah.
institute that did
Yeah, it's-
the study.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
you're right. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard to know
Right.
where that goes
It
and how
is.
effective things
It
are.
is, and you know, whether you're doing radio or you're doing TV or you're doing print or you're doing whatever, the reality is people are on social media,
Mm-hmm.
and within marketing, if you tell somebody, hey, this is Don Vincent, I want you to come over, I have a great hamburger, you're not going to believe it because you know I'm getting something out of it, right?
Right.
If one of you guys said, hey, I had one at Stonehouse and I had a great hamburger, people are going to believe that because you don't have anything in it, right?
Absolutely.
And so that's where you start with. For where I start is on the marketing, right? So if somebody's being entertained,
Mm-hmm.
now they're going to be attached differently, and they're going to see things differently, and they're not going to see me saying, "Hey, come to the Stonehouse because I want you to buy this item."
Right.
Right? I mean, like the chicken parmesan's great, but you're not going to believe me. So if I can make something like, "Look, we're not stuffy. We're having fun.
Mm-hmm.
We're entertaining you." Now I'm giving value to the customer on the entertainment side. Like they're enjoying the videos, and it's not just a picture of a hamburger.
There's a guy, you guys might know him, Simon Sinek, and he had this saying is people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in part one of the reasons we do this
He
is
stole that, by the way.
okay. Who do you steal it from?
The most original. The phrase is, "You don't buy the steak, you buy the sizzle."
Right.
That's the kind of OG advertising.
Okay. Well, good for you.
So Simon, good job.
Good, good for you calling somebody else out and assuming that that's the direction he was going.
Good job.
But how
My-
many original ideas does anybody
Right,
have?
that's-
really? Come on now. I
Okay,
mean,
fair enough.
You know,
But I think it.
Yeah,
I
we're
really.
called, we're called WKRP Montrose.
haven't heard that before.
Yeah, I wasn't
In
calling
30 years.
anybody out for
Right.
claiming somebody
No, it's
some
the
other
same,
thing.
But that concept has been around. Yeah.
Yes.
So one of the things that I like about what you're doing on social media is I feel like there's a part of your personality that comes through on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fun
Yeah.
in it. You're not afraid to do some dance. You've made the whole crew come out and
Yeah.
do some dances
Yeah.
and stuff like that
Absolutely.
as well.
Very uncomfortable for them.
And I think that makes if you feel like you know people,
Yeah.
like it's the Cheers thing. Like I want to go where everybody knows my name type of thing.
For sure.
It also works on the other side. If you feel like you know the owner, if you feel like you know the people that work there,
Yeah.
you want to patron that place.
Yeah.
And I think that is a great approach to take to like let people in on the inside of the story there a little bit and
Right.
make them feel closer to you versus just saying like, "Hey, come have this special or have this thing."
That's
I will say one more thing.
Okay.
East Texas Ernie, who's a friend of the show, a
Friend of
guest
the
of the show, says you have some of the best liver and onions. I don't know if it's still on the menu or
Yes,
not.
it is. Yep.
But speaking of things that I don't eat, he absolutely loves liver and onions.
Yeah.
And he said that the liver and onions at Stonehouse was second only to his mother's.
I
So
love it.
So can I?
That's great.
I'm going to say this though,
Yeah.
just to
Yeah.
not necessarily to be devil's advocate,
Yeah.
but you talked about this idea that people have preconceptions about the Stonehouse.
Sure.
Liver and onions might be part of the reason,
You're right.
right? It's
Yep.
it's
archaic.
It's a post World War II type.
Yep.
That's not to say it's not good
Mhm.
and it can't be good. Most people that have had liver and onions, it's grey and it's bouncy and rubbery, right? Not
Sure.
done properly.
Sure.
It has a bad reputation,
Yep.
unfortunately, on its own. But why? I guess the question is, why do you have liver and onions?
Why do you
Because it
keep it on the
sells.
menu?
Yeah,
Because it sells.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, so there, I have issues within the marketing of Stonehouse, right? My clientele is very loyal, and I love my clientele, and they're an older population. They want what they've always had, and I've got no problem with that because they come in and they spend money and they buy what they want.
Give the people
Right.
what they want. Right?
And that's how it's been. When I first bought the business, I said, oh, you know what, I'm I'm in my 40s. I want to, you know, I can do this. I can bring in more people my age doing my thing. The absolutely, yeah.
I'm offering them more beer.
That was nonverbal communication for more.
communication
more,
for
please.
more beer. Absolutely.
Hey,
I
speaking of,
appreciate
if you guys haven't seen it, go and watch the ASL episode with Emily.
Thank
Is it Emily?
Oh,
Elizabeth. I was close. I do want more. It's a great episode where Rob learned some sign language, and I'm sure that he'll love for you to learn the same sign language he learned. But go ahead. So you were saying.
Yes. So yeah, I got some negative resistance. I got some resistance to change, right? Because nobody likes change. The reality is we have to change. We have to stay up on whatever the latest trends are. But young people don't want to hang out with old people. Old people are fine with hanging out with young people as long as they're quiet, right? and that's the reality of it. So liver and onions is, for example, I was getting my liquor license in, you know, Montrose here at the from the city, and they didn't really grill me hard on what I'm going to do to make sure that, you know, that I keep everything
Safe,
legitimate, because
Mhm.
they know me at this point. I've been around, you know, at there for 10 years. But one of the questions was, you're going to keep the liver and onions, right? I mean, that was a legitimate question
really?
from city council. Be like, you're not
Like,
you're not
we
getting
may or
rid of-
may not approve this,
you're not,
depending on the
you
answer.
might not get your liquor license if you're
Yeah.
taking the liver and onions off.
Yeah.
And so what we try to do is we try to do some specials every week to keep the menu fresh,
To introduce people to new things.
Yep. So if you're tired of the old menu, which I've been eating this stuff for 17 years. I mean, I get a little tired of it too, you know. So, and we switch it up every once in a while. There'll be people still being like, "Man, you got to bring the tie wrap back," which I'm okay with.
Oh,
right? I mean, but
I forgot about the tie wrap.
right? Yeah. And if I can dial in using the same ingredients for multiple
Right.
things, I will. But on that particular item, it was a lot of ingredients that were just
for
going
that.
into the tie wrap. So the liver and onions is a frozen product. You know, I mean, I don't have fresh liver. All the liver is coming in frozen. So if I sell it or if I don't sell it, it doesn't affect me. I'm not going out of product. It's not you know, a waste. So I can have it there. People come down from Grand Junction just for liver. I mean, so they're bringing their people with them.
Right.
They're, you know, I have couples that come in that, like, I'm not making him liver and onions. I'm done with that.
That's what my sister-in-law said.
That is over. But we come here so I don't get the liver and onions, then he can have his liver and onions. Right? So, you know, yeah. Is it archaic? Absolutely. Does it still sell? Absolutely.
There you go.
You
So
know,
it's staying on the menu.
It's not going anywhere until people are like, I'm not ordering that.
Yeah. I wanted to go back to social media just for a second, because it seems like, you know, restaurants, it's not a democracy, right? You're the owner. You can rope people in, and you can also make yourself look good if you want to.
Sure. If it's possible.
For example, very recently, you posted something about, you know, when there's a big rush on and the owner... Literally, when the owner shows up to save the rush, and it's looking quite smart.
Hold on.
Right.
Let's see if we can play that real quick for him.
Yeah.
And the other staff are frankly bowing down to you for coming in and saving the day.
Yeah.
But I guess the
a lot of joking there.
How often do you get in the kitchen? How often do you, because it's your place,
more than I want to.
You got to do whatever is necessary to run a business.
That's right.
And if you have to jump in the kitchen, you're not above that, right?
Oh, absolutely not. No. My preference is to my strength is in customer service, is in interacting with people, you know, customers coming in, making sure that they're happy, making sure they're taken care of. I want to interact with them. That's my strength.
Right.
Okay. I have cooked you know, in the past. I've done some work on the line, but I've never been considered a cook.
But you also know the menu inside out.
Absolutely. So after post COVID, we went through a lot of issues within staffing, as everybody has, and so we had a lot of turnover. We had a lot of problems where, um, in a way, I lost control for a short period of time, where like the inmates were running the prison, so to speak, right? Like the train was just running away, and so
Right.
so I stopped and I closed for 2 days a week just so I could get rid of the staff that was not on board and keep the staff that was on there. And then after we reopened for the 7 days a week, um, it was still touch and go for a little bit, and so I had to do some shifts. I mean, I still had call outs. I still had
Right. Of course. Yeah.
issues, and so I got more comfortable cooking. And over the last several years, I'm on the line a lot more than I would like to be.
Right.
And that's not because I don't enjoy the guys. We have a great relationship when I'm on the line.
We'll help you get.
My strength is front of the house. And so even now, if the kitchen's getting behind, and I'm not there, like, hey, boss, we need a little help, and I'll go in for 20 minutes on my day off or my night off or whatever it is, just to fill that void, so that the customers aren't waiting 45 minutes for an appetizer, which unfortunately happens sometimes.
Right.
I mean, you don't know. So I am on the floor, I am in the kitchen. We had a lot of fun with that video because obviously Joey, who's in there, would never call me for help. I mean, he's a beast.
I'll play it real quick. You won't be able to see it, but here I'll make it so that you can. I think so you can hear it, because it is pretty funny.
It is.
So here we go. There's the, playing it right now. He's throwing the pickets. Here you come through the door. There's another one though that's on your page that I thought was interesting too, because when you talk about developing a team, and trying to make sure that everybody's on board, one of the things that I feel like you've been fairly, I don't want to say lucky because that's not right, but you've done a good job of like having your team be consistent, like year over year. You haven't seemed to have to deal with as much as. Yeah, so like right now I'm playing the video. It says when lunch rush is real, but I still have one more. Everybody's gone through this scenario where like everybody feels like they've got one guy that's pulling his weight. But yet there's third player, right? And so how do you manage the personalities and politics that come along with being in a restaurant? Because that's not easy.
No, it's not. And there's always going to be somebody that's not quite on board. There's always going to be somebody that's not, excited about it, or they're like, oh, I'm working too hard. I'm not making enough money. I mean, that always happens. I think I try to take care of my people. Like that's the one thing is I run a business. I do not run the best business out there. If I were a true businessman, I would make a lot of decisions that are different. I would not give out personal loans to my guys. I would not, allow them to work a few extra hours on the clock just because I know they need those hours. Like that's not good business practice to throw money away. If you're a corporation, it's very strict.
Yeah.
Nope. We're lunch rush is over. You're gone.
It's like Chili's or Applebee's. Yep. Right? You got a clock.
Yeah, you do.
Done. No overtime. Yeah.
Is that part of doing business though in a small town, and like being able to be consistent? Like is having to do some things outside of what normal business practices would be.
Right. I don't know the answer. I can tell you from me, it's who I am. Right. So I could not run a business any other way than me having a personal relationship with my employees, making sure that I'm taking care of them as best as I can, because they're taking care of me. Right. And I don't want to go to bed, at night thinking, boy, maybe I shouldn't have done this or shouldn't have that. I always err on the other side. So I spend a lot more money on people. Like during the winter, when I'm telling you it's slow, you guys are still getting their hours.
Right.
I'm not getting the revenue.
No.
They're getting their hours. So I lose money in the winter, which is not a great practice. But on the other side, I don't have to retrain them. right? So there's a cost in finding somebody new that knows the job. There's a cost in having them trained again. Are they gonna do it? Are they not? Are they gonna be on board? Are they not?
Are they going to stick
Like,
around?
are they going to stick around or
after
not?
you've trained them?
Exactly. So for me, it's a good business decision because
Sure.
I don't have to worry. I take care of them.
You
They
also
take
don't have
care
to
of me.
retrain your customers,
Right.
like that.
No.
That their Thursday night out
Right.
can't be anymore in the winter because
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
the-
Or
the schedule's changed.
Customers get attached to staff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
To
absolutely.
servers especially.
For sure.
Who's in the kitchen tonight? Like they
Yep.
get attached to that too.
They absolutely do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll say, hey, tell Joey this is, so and so here. So they
Right,
make
right.
it, and the cooks know, right?
Right.
They see the same orders over and
Yeah.
over where they know this is so and so.
Yeah.
And so they know exactly how this customer wants to make it. Like there's
Yeah.
value in that, and there's value
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
customer.
yeah. And that's I mean, not only is it a small town thing, I think this idea of staffing, it comes up time and time again when we talk about restaurants. Like Montrose, I don't think Montrose is unique
No.
really at all in that respect, but there seems to be maybe an issue in this town with finding and retaining good staff. So
Yeah.
if you find the good ones, you got to do what you can to keep them.
Absolutely.
Because of that consistency,
Mhm.
because people know it and like it, and the headache that it must give you to have to retrain staff. It's not something you need, or you don't really factor that in, right? Somebody quits one day out of the blue,
Mhm.
you got to fill in. It's
It-
your
it's
job.
gotta be.
to,
Yep.
to,
It's
do
gotta
all
keep-
of those things.
The show's got to go on for sure.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's easy to
The-
take
I will
care
tell
of
you-
them up front.
I will
Yeah.
tell you this. This
Yeah.
is a testament to somebody who does run a good business and their employees appreciate the work that they have. I've known several people that have worked for your restaurant that have had a second job
Mhm.
and or that might even be their primary income.
Mhm.
But they've stayed on with the restaurant because they enjoy the atmosphere, they enjoy working there. It's reliable, it's consistent, which is something you don't hear as much about the restaurant industry.
Mhm.
So
Appreciate
you
that.
must be doing
Yeah.
something right that people are like, yeah, I've become a real estate agent, but I want to keep this job.
Right.
Or I've, gotten my certification to be an EMT, but I want to keep this job.
Right.
And I think that's
Or
really
even if people do leave,
right.
even if they leave, you can probably, I imagine you sleep at night thinking, well, we had a conversation and they left because they got a better opportunity
Yeah.
or something like that. Not
And you're
because
happy for them.
I'm
I mean, I truly am.
yeah, I'm disgruntled, I'm
Yeah.
leaving. That must hurt. If that ever,
Yeah.
you
I
know,
don't,
that
I don't
happens,
like,
so.
it doesn't make me feel good when people are not happy at the Stonehouse. Now, if you're truly not happy at the Stonehouse, I don't want you to be there because it's not healthy for you.
Right.
It's not healthy for any of us.
Right.
And if I can do something to make you happy, I would love to have that opportunity to do that.
And if you
But
can't,
Yeah,
you have my blessing.
But
I hope
absolutely.
I hope you find
I love it. And,
Yeah.
most people that leave, the majority of people that leave, I'm still in contact with.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure that they are taken care of.
Right.
If they need something, if they have a question, if they have anything in their lives, they still contact me. They're still part of the group, and I truly want them to succeed. Because if they're not happy at Stonehouse, Stonehouse is not going to be
No.
what the customers want even.
Well, and in a town this small, I mean, we all live here.
Yeah.
Whether you work together or not, you see each other in the grocery store.
Yeah.
You see each other around town. It helps, to have a harmonious community when
Yes.
people can part ways and you can be on good terms.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
So Rob brought up a conversation with a friend of ours that is going to be available to the job market
Uh-huh.
soon. And one of the things that one of the things that Rob brought up is that there seems to be a bit of a disconnect between, like, you hear a lot of business owners saying, well, we don't have a great workforce and I'm always looking for new people, or I've always got a position open
Mhm.
that I'm seeming to have to fill.
Yeah.
But from the other side, you hear a lot of people going, there's not a lot of jobs available in
Right.
Montrose. What
Right.
do you think that disconnect is? Like, why do you think that that's something that exists where there's two sides both needing the same thing, but
Yeah.
can't seem to find each other?
Yeah. I think expectations.
Mm.
All right. So
That's a great answer.
Mhm.
I think everybody has their view of what the best employee is going to be. They have their view of what the best job's going to be.
Right.
And so if you have someone that's looking in the job market and they're talking to, let's just say they come to me, like right now, if they came to me, I don't have any openings.
Right.
I'm not looking for somebody. That could change tomorrow.
Right.
I mean, absolutely. And so if that does, that's fine. But I'm very content with my staff. I'm not looking for something else. Now, you don't ever turn away that all-star. I get, if you know that this person, I just picked up a girl that worked with me before, and for various reasons she was looking. I'm like, you're coming on.
I'll find
like, I mean, it's like we're gonna make this work because she's great, right? And I know she's great, so I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna do that. But if your buddy comes in and says, hey, do I have a job? I don't know him.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know anything about him. Everybody is going to say, I can do everything.
Right.
I'm the best that's out there. I mean, I can grill them and I can probably stump them, until they don't,
Right.
But you don't want to do that. So that somebody come in the job market, they're thinking, man, I'm awesome. I got to do everything, but they're not willing to, they're more than likely, they're not willing to take an entry level to prove to me that they're an all-star. Right. So I can't tell you how many people I have interviewed and hired that said that they're just the most amazing thing and they've done everything.
Right.
And you get them on the line, for instance, and it's nothing close.
Right.
And we're a unique place. Like, we're not high end to do, 100 covers a day. We'll do 200-300 covers a day. So we're high volume, but we still got to do it right.
Right.
So we're not McDonald's where you're just pumping them out.
Right.
But we're also not, Ruth's Chris or higher Elway, something like that, where the volume is low. Like, you have to be able to work and you have to be able to do it. So just because you can make something look pretty doesn't mean you can do it fast enough.
Right. Well, I guess, and then you got to factor in where we are, salaries, living costs, all that stuff. So there's I guess it's a meet me in the middle kind of situation, right?
It can be. Yeah.
But what I just heard too, though, is you got to play a little bit of what you were saying with the social media game. Is you can't necessarily just go, hey, I am the greatest at this. You almost need somebody else to say, hey, have you heard of so and so? It's
true.
They're looking for for something. I know.
Well, referrals are important. Right?
Referrals are important across everybody. That's what this country is made on. Is like, it's not what you know, it's who you know, right? And that's so true. Like, if I know somebody, like, for instance, host bussers. If I've had a rock star busser and they have a younger brother or younger sister, chances are good they're going to get that job.
Right. Well, I guess the other thing too is if you can respect somebody and they tell you something, you go, I know that what you're telling me is accurate. So I can take a chance on that person then. But so it's and the other thing is you've got to be able to back it up. You can say you're the greatest ever.
Right.
If you are, awesome.
You can rise really quickly in the ranks.
Yeah.
I had a guy that came in and I've known him. I've known him for years. I know who he is and what he is. And I said, dude, I don't have a job for you. I've got a dishwasher position right now. He said, I'll take whatever. So he says, I know all I need to do is get my foot in the door.
Right.
And then
an opportunity will arise.
And then that's how the restaurant business works, is you do it. But there's a lot of people that are not willing to take the dishwasher position and work it hard. And next thing you know, they're moving up. And now, okay, I can see you. Now I can use you here. Oh, so-and-so called in. You want to do this? Oh, now we got this new opportunity.
Yeah.
Before you know it, he was waiting tables. He's making a lot of money.
Right.
I mean, he was doing real well, but he started as dishwasher because he took his ego aside and said, yeah, whatever you got to do, I just want in. I want in here, and I'm willing to do whatever I can do to do it.
The TGI, I used to work for TGI Fridays. I went through their management training.
Oh, I thought you were just a server wearing all that flares.
I did. You had to do that too. That's the point that I'm about to make, is that one of the things that I thought was unique, because I also work for Brinker that does chilies. But one of the things that I thought was unique for working for the TGI Fridays company through their management training is they made you do every position in the restaurant.
Yep.
Right.
So you had to spend a week being a dishwasher. You had to spend a week being, the greeter, the person at the front desk. You had to be on the line. You had to do each section of the line.
Right.
So
I think that should be not just a one-off either.
Right.
No.
I think that should be almost a rotational thing.
Yeah.
Once a quarter, even if you're the CEO, you're going to spend a couple of hours doing the worst job just so you can keep in touch with actually the real people on the ground.
The most entry-level job.
That make these things actually work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is important for people to understand other people's contribution to what they're doing, especially when you're in a team of
Which
Iron.
is why I want to bring it back up.
Oh.
I want to do our WKRP like on location thing.
No, all right. I could say, which is why I want you to come over and press the buttons for an episode.
You know what I want? I'm looking at the Stone Wash Facebook page.
Yeah.
I want to see you up to your neck in grease. That's what I want to see.
I mean,
just so you can appreciate the people
we can make that happen.
We have on this. We can. Okay,
we
good.
can make that happen. If you guys want to set some tents up from Western Soul Party Rentals, we can do that this summer. You know,
here's the thing.
We can make that happen.
Here's the thing. You guys have heard this.
It's fine. It's fine.
You guys have heard this so many times now. This is kind of like me making the New Jersey joke, right? He says that he wants to see this happen.
Yeah.
I have no opposition to doing it.
Yeah.
He has not yet once. The jiu-jitsu hasn't happened. I'm more than happy to be thrown around by somebody. The what you wanted, clear networks. You wanted me to go out and dig ditches. I'm happy to dig a ditch for a day.
No, here's the thing.
Oh.
I didn't want you to do that in the summer.
Oh, you want me to do it now? Okay.
No, we'll do.
So here's the point.
So let me help you guys out with this.
Yeah.
I can see there's a little contention here. I want to be the guy that can
Oh,
bridge
you're gonna-
everything. All right. So this Tuesday, November 4th.
Okay.
We're closing the stone house. We're doing a deep clean. I'm going to be doing the hoods of the stone house.
We're not allowed.
Right there on Tuesday morning. Right. So if you guys want to put your money where your mouth is, so to speak.
What time Tuesday?
You know, you show up at let's just say 9:30.
That could work. Okay. Before that, I'm out.
No, let's not do it too early.
Yeah.
9:30 to 10, anywhere in there. Right.
Yeah.
So you show up to the stone house. We'll put you to work. We'll get you cleaning some hoods.
Right.
You can see what it's like.
Let me show Rob how this is done.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Okay.
One condition.
Yeah.
Emily, you said, is your social media person?
Yep.
Can we get Emily there?
I will make a call.
Okay. Even if we can't, I'm still committing to being there.
Yeah.
I will have to. I just want there to be evidence.
Yes. Understood.
That said challenge was accepted.
Right. So regardless of Emily's there, I don't like to say it, but I do have access to my own social media.
There we go.
I will make sure that I do a clip.
Right. So Tuesday 9 a.m.
Tuesday 9 a.m. between 9 and 10. I'll give you flexibility there.
No. But if you're
9
a.m.
9 a.m.
All right, 9 a.m.
Hazmat suit.
Yeah.
I want to see him covered in grease.
We take everything out of the kitchen virtually. We scrub it all down. It's good stuff, all right.
Okay.
And we're gonna be doing the hoods. We'll get you there.
Here's what I'll promise you.
Yeah.
He won't be there.
See, yeah.
He won't even be there to capture it.
All right.
That's how uncommitted Rob is to these things that he throws out there.
I'll be there.
So, all right. Well, it looks like I'm cleaning hoods on Tuesday morning. No problem.
No worries.
Yeah. It is not a fun job. I can tell you that right now.
Dennis is going to go from button monkey to grease monkey.
Grease monkey.
Yeah. Now to say it's not a fun job is not accurate. Right. So I actually enjoy cleaning hoods. I do.
Good for you.
For me, I don't mind getting dirty. For me, I don't mind the solitude. Like it's a great way for me. Like I'll be cleaning hoods, and I'm thinking about my other businesses.
Yeah. I'm
thinking about because it's not rocket science,
right?
But it's got to be done. It's got to be done right.
Sure.
So it's just repetitive. You're making sure there's no grease, right?
Yeah.
And so I have a lot of time to think. I can process what's going on at Stonehouse. I can process what's going on at Stonewash. I can process what's going on with Western Trail Party Rentals.
Here's what's going to shock Rob. This won't be the first time that I've done it, and I'll tell you why I don't think it's fun.
Yeah.
Because there's a certain part of what you're cleaning.
Yeah. That
both has a smell.
Think about it. Yeah.
And also has a feeling to it.
Sure.
And it'll take a couple days for that to go away.
Right.
So, especially somebody that is trying to continue to grow out their beard.
All right.
I don't know why, but the one thing I didn't expect with this whole beard thing is, you have to clean it quite a bit.
There's residual.
There's residual.
Yeah. But
nobody wanted to know that. But we just threw that out there.
Clothes.
Right.
Let's put it that way, right?
Straight up. Or good shoes either.
No.
Dennis only ever wears one outfit anyway.
I have a large closet. How dare you?
I bet you do.
I have a distinct. You guys have seen. I've got style, grace, intelligence. How dare you?
Now we know you're talking out of your backside.
Don, thank you very much for joining us on the Wheelie Nice Couch. We really appreciate it. Yeah. Is there anything that we missed We made the announcement. You're gonna have a ribbon cutting for your
We
new
are.
business.
So
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
Don,
Okay.
this is your opportunity to get a free ad out of us.
Ooh, I like
So
it.
you get
I like it.
take your 30 seconds, but chop chop.
All right. So let's put it this way. We're doing ribbon cutting. I changed the name from Park Avenue Party Rentals to Western Slope Party Rentals. Mainly just because the hardware stores closed and people were associating
Yeah,
it
yeah.
with that. So
Well, you want it
so
New
we'll
start, fresh
fan-
start.
and it's good. So we are going to have a ribbon cutting on Wednesday the 13th. And that's going to be at 2:00 at the Boys and Girls Club right next to it, which is where our location is.
2 to 6 p.m. ribbon cutting at
Yep.
3 p.m. as
Yep.
far as I understand it.
Yep. So we'll
It's on
kind of
Facebook.
people can see what's going on and see what we do. I think there's a lot of people that don't realize that we're there, and they can rent chairs, especially coming up for Thanksgiving. You need some extra chairs, you need a table, you need something like that. We can tell. We can help you on that.
It's a pretty impressive place. I've been in there when
you?
it was the previously owned.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
walk in and it's kind of like there's a lot of stuff in here.
Yeah, you walk
It's
in
not
the
a tiny
warehouse. It
place.
is not a small place.
Well, you
We have
think
a
about
lot
how
of
big
stuff.
the cinema was.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same size building, right? Like there's high shelves full of stuff.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we have forklifts to
Yeah,
get
right.
stuff off the
Yeah.
high shelves.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
there's
Yeah.
it's a lot. When people walk in there, they're like, "Oh my goodness!"
Yeah.
Like this is, I had no idea.
Yeah.
How much stuff we have,
Yep.
and it's great. So if you're putting a party together, you're having a wedding, you're having whatever, we can do
You pretty much have
pretty much
everything you
everything,
need.
right? Yeah, and
Got you covered from A to Z, almost.
basically,
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Challenge him. See if
Right? Yeah.
see if he's lying about that.
Well,
You,
yeah.
speak-
And,
you see
and
you see how well we could do ads if we wanted to.
we could.
But
Are
no.
you just trying to prompt? I mean, we're at the end of the episode, so
Okay.
at what point does
I'm
that
just
ad
saying.
placement come in?
I'm just saying.
Okay.
We want, presenting sponsor. Anyway, carry on.
Well, Don,
I
again,
love it.
thank you very much for coming and sitting down with us. This is the point of the episode where we ask, is there somebody else that you'd like to see sit in that seat? Is somebody
Yeah.
who's heard a
Yeah.
lot of stories sitting in a bar?
Sure. Yeah.
Who's got a good
Yeah.
story that should come on and tell?
I tell you what, just because I'm kind of a masochist at heart,
Uh-huh.
I would love for you guys to have my fiance on here.
I'd love it.
So Christine Kirsten, she works with Next Home. She's a realtor, right?
Okay.
It would take her out of her comfort zone. Absolutely, like 100%, and I would really enjoy that.
Well, we would too, because
yeah.
they're our favorite people. I don't
Right.
like it when people.
Now-
You look how comfortable you
Yeah,
look.
yeah.
I don't-
This is what I do every day. Like this is not a challenge. I'm drinking beer and
I
I'm,
know.
Right.
I'm relaxing. I'm talking to some fun guys.
Exactly.
This is what I do every
All
day,
well,
right?
you put us
so
in touch.
so I will have.
Or better still, just sign her up. We'll send you the link.
I love it. Yeah. So yeah, and I would really enjoy that.
All right.
I
You know
really
what,
would.
Don, I'd love to have you back too. I think I originally reached out and said,
Yeah.
I would love to have you come on and have a bar stories with the Stonehouse.
Yeah.
I really feel like that would be an interesting series
We
to
could do
add
that.
to WKRP. So
Yeah.
we should come up with it. We'll talk more about it when you've got me in slave labor
Yep,
cleaning
exactly.
hoods.
At the cleaning on Tuesday, we'll make that happen.
We'll figure out some
I'm-
next steps.
I'm down.
All right, everybody. It's been another episode of WKRP. We'll talk to you soon.